Apple, they set standards.
Apple is innovation.
Apple is quality.
Apple to me is creativity, innovation, and the leader.
Apple is sexy.
Apple is iPod.
Apple is stylish.
Apple is iPad, iPod, and all I. It's completely about me. Apple is awesome.
Apple is sexy.
Apple is style symbol.
Apple is medium.
Apple is innovative.
Apple is unique. Apple is a cool.
Apple is experience.
Hello everybody, I'm Ishan Avdesh. You have just watched some students at IIT Kgp telling how they feel about Apple. But there are also some persons here who are not that much impressed by Apple. We interviewed Dr. Prithvish Mukherjee, who belongs to one of those.
Well, Apple of course is a very well-known company and has a couple of very interesting products. But before I get into Apple, I'd like to state that I come from a part of the world which believes in open software and open systems. And from that perspective, Apple is a very closed and proprietary product. Personally, I'm not impressed, and I wouldn't ever buy a Apple product simply because it is simply too claustrophobic. You have to live within the world of Apple.
I think is one of the most distinguished companies, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to multimedia, when it comes to the way humans and computers interact, and the prime reason why it is that they've always focused on innovation, and they focused on something which people see, and that is the graphics, the multimedia side, and that is what brings people closer to a machine. And this is perhaps the reason that most of the movie producers and creative people in media agencies, they always prefer using a Mac. While I was working with TCS R&D, I had a chance to meet a couple of film producers and all, and they were totally pro using Apple MacBook. And when I asked them a question, because of out of interest, whether they would want to switch to Windows because it's got some different functionalities, they were totally against it.
Whether people like Apple or not, but when it comes to the fact that Steve Jobs is the person behind the success of the Apple, they stop arguing. Let's look at it from both point of view.
I think what is a real value to the company is that penetrating vision that he has of creating a brilliant product and pushing it into people's hands. Iconic products are the output of one or two people's intense vision. And I think this intense vision and dedication and passion is what Mr. Jobs brings to his products.
Steve Jobs is as critical to Apple as, the company does not stand without him. The reason why it is that is because this person is really creative. He thinks out of the box, and he does not want to accept the fact that the technology prevalent today is all that can happen. He has a very different vision, very far-sighted, and he wants to get his imagination into practice.
Remember the Hollywood movies where heroes used to drive the car with a gadget on their steering wheel, displaying every single street of the city? Well, we can say that Apple is providing the framework for that kind of technology.
They have a very innovative marketing strategy. They can take a product and make it sound aspirational. A lot of people, would say, would not mind paying a premium for a Macintosh just to prove a point that they have a Macintosh, whether they need it or not. One of the things that Apple could be looking at is to seek a closer integration with the world of open systems. My major problem with Apple is that they operate in their closed software and hardware world, and this has a direct impact on prices. And in a third world country like ours, we are a price sensitive society. So if Apple would like to diversify and move their products onto multiple platforms. For example, the Snow Leopard being available on non-Apple hardware, or their iOS is available on phones other than the iPhone. I think that will bring down prices and encourage many more people to use the product.
Be it innovative product or innovative marketing, there is no doubt that Apple is setting new standards every single day. Let's wait and watch what's next coming from Apple.